everybody, and welcome back to Bohemian Killing. So let's continue where I left off. We committed murder. We're on trial now. And let's see, we were in the street. Alright, so here we are. So it's 9 o'clock.
For a moment, I admired the charming streets of Montmartre. I opened the door and entered my building.
Yes.
I found a letter from the Ministère de la Justice. Monsieur le Président, this is the evidence marked with number 2. It clearly shows that my client designed his interrogation machine with only the best intentions. According to his plan, it was supposed to be forwarded to the prosecutor's office and law enforcement agencies to improve the effectiveness of interrogation. The prosecutor's suggestions that my client has supposedly intended to use this device to torture helpless women is hasty and completely untrue. This letter only proves that the accused was looking for application of his torture machine and had not found any support from Ministère de la Justice, so he decided to test it on an innocent woman. The court supports the view that the mere fact of an offer to the Ministère de la Justice does not constitute sufficient evidence that the allegedly accused acted in good faith when creating such a device. Monsieur Eaton, please go back to your testimony.
Okay, so that didn't go well.
I opened the inner door. I looked at posters on the bulletin board. I closed the inner door.
Huh.
I stopped to read the announcement. I stopped to read the announcement.
Okay, so we have that. I guess we can buy something to eat. All right.
I bought a few things from my vending machine. Then I opened the elevator grate.
I think that we're not moving fast enough.
I took the elevator to the second floor.
I think we were supposed to go to the first floor.
Then I opened the elevator grate.
Is this our place? Okay.
I opened the door and entered my apartment.
Okay, good.
I glanced on the frames hanging on the wall.
Oh.
Their simplicity calmed me down and allowed me to focus.
Why are we doing that? We bought groceries. So where's the kitchen?
Then I opened the door.
We need to put our food away, I think.
I opened the inner door.
What is this? Eat leftovers. Cook. Can we not put our food away?
I checked the vegetable box to see if anything needed. And then I put my groceries into the cabinet.
Yes, because he bought stuff at the vending machine. What time is it? Okay.
Then I opened the door.
Let's go ahead and shave.
I cut myself while shaving. My body was stained with blood.
I think
I took a bath and washed off the blood.
Alright, so now we can go. Okay, the accused rented a room and is which is adjacent to the building. He lives. It was in that room that approximately was murdered. Okay, so we got to check that. Alright, so let's go. I mean, we bought groceries.
I opened the door and walked out into the stairwell.
Alright, so we bought groceries, we put them away, we shaved, we showered, now we're going out. We probably should have ate, but we did not, so.
Then I opened the elevator grate.
Sure wish he had, like, we didn't do anything else to the
I
house.
took the elevator to the ground floor. Then I opened the elevator grate.
I don't understand. Why do we have to keep opening?
I opened the inner door. Then I opened the door and stepped outside.
Alright.
Then I read cultural announcements. For a moment, I admired the charms of Montmartre. I read cultural announcements. For a moment, I admired the charming streets of Montmartre.
Is this where we go?
I opened the gate.
Okay.
I opened the door and walked into the Caucasus Hotel.
Okay, so maybe we actually did not, shouldn't have taken a shower yet. Or we shaved too soon.
I wanted to rent a room in a hotel, but the clerk said that a room had already been rented in my name. He said it's on the top floor and gave me a spare key.
Monsieur Eaton, do you claim that you did not rent that room?
No.
Oui, Monsieur le Président. But I knew it could not be a coincidence. The name Ethan is not that common.
So you tried to learn more from the clerk?
Yes, however, he hid behind his professional secrecy. I knew he wouldn't tell me a thing.
I do not understand one more thing. You live next to the hotel, so why did you want to rent a room there?
Sometimes I meet up with some girls of the Moulin Rouge, and due to my reputation, I prefer not to do it in my apartment.
Did you meet Marie Capet face to face?
No, Monsieur le Président, never.
I understand. Please continue.
I wanted to check the guest book, but I couldn't do that with the clerk nearby.
Okay, so we are going to go to our room.
Then I elevator grate. I took the elevator to the second floor. Then I opened the elevator grate.
Is the second floor what we wanted to go to? Oh, this must be what we have.
I opened the door.
Alright, so I don't know exactly. Is that the room that we were supposed to go to? Is that the room? Okay, so let's... What's this one?
I tried to open the door to the hotel room, but it was closed.
Why did you want to open that door?
I'm ashamed to admit, but I forgot which room I had rented.
I understand. Please continue your testimony.
Is this the one?
Later, I entered the room.
Okay. So now let's see. Why would somebody want to rent a room in his name?
I stared out the window at the quiet street of Montmartre.
Go to sleep for 10 plus hours and end the testimony? Oh my gosh, that would be something else. Leave into the corridor.
For a moment, I watched the rooftops of Paris through the window.
"15 minutes on the newspaper." What's this? Come on, I saw it. Wasn't there something here? What?
There was a suitcase in the room filled with francs.
Oh.
I picked it up and took it with me.
Monsieur Eaton, why did you take the suitcase with you?
Monsieur le Président, there was a suitcase filled with money in the room, rented in my name. I did not see any reason not to take it.
Well, please continue your testimony.
Why are we taking money? Oh my gosh. Drink some champagne. Lead to the corridor.
Then I looked at the paintings a la early Monet.
Oh, we should have shaved here. Oh well. Let's just leave.
Then I left the room into the corridor.
With our suitcase of money that we just stole from somebody.
Then I opened the door. Then I closed the inner door.
Yes. And walked around in a circle, apparently. Alright.
Then I opened the elevator grate.
What time is it? Alright.
Later, I took the elevator to the ground floor. Then I opened the elevator grate.
Yes. Well, that dude is still there.
I looked through the inner window into the phone room. I looked through the inner window to the restaurant.
Can we go in the restaurant?
I tried to open the door to the restaurant, but it was closed because of the late hour.
Let's just leave.
I opened the door and walked out into the street.
I have evidence that I needed to do for that guest book, but...
I opened the gate.
Alright.
For a moment, I admired the charms of Montmartre. For a moment, I opened the door and entered my building.
So we did not get to prove the,
Then I opened the door.
Let's get in. Let me in.
Then I opened the elevator grate.
We're just gonna go up to the hotel, up to the apartment, and I'm going to end it here, guys. I think we've already messed up.
I took the elevator to the second floor.
The murder's gonna happen really soon, and none of the evidence is going with the timeline now.
I opened the elevator grate. Then I opened the door to my apartment and entered.
So we apparently have somebody in
I
here.
used the stairs.
I hope we use the stairs. What is that?
I checked the elements of my cleaning machine, assessing what remained to be done.
Okay, that's what that was. Oh. Work on invention. Work on invention. Make a call. Okay, so who are we calling?
I spent a few minutes talking on the phone.
Who did you call?
It has nothing to do with the case, Monsieur le Président.
Well, please continue.
I don't know what that was all about. Is there a knock?
I used the stairs. I heard someone knocking at the door. I opened. I invited Marie Capet inside. She said she remembered me from school and was curious how things turned out for me. She had been recently hired as a maid by my neighbor, Monsieur Brissot. I showed her my apartment, my designs and inventions. She was delighted. So I thought maybe she would be interested in my interrogation machine. I took her to my private workshop.
Uh-oh.
I checked if the designs of my most important invention were still in place.
Okay, so we still have her there.
My journal, in which I described the construction process of my interrogation machine, was on my desk. Monsieur le Président, this is the evidence marked with number 3. It clearly shows that my client had only his best intentions during the construction of his interrogation device. According to his plan, it would be forwarded to the prosecutor's office and law enforcement agencies in order to improve the effectiveness of interrogation. My client also wrote that the first test of the machine would be conducted under the supervision of the Ministère de la Justice.
Thank you, Counselor. The accused may return to his testimony.
Alright guys, so I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to end it here. And, yes. I'd like to thank you guys for watching this, and we really need to get that guest book.
And at this time, I announce a break. Take the accused back into custody.
Bye, guys. Until next time.